punch to a couple folks. But guess what? We got to call a spade a spade. So if you guys are ready, I want you guys to type in the chat that you are ready, and we're going to go ahead and get started with this meeting. I appreciate you guys. I got a lot of love for you guys. I've got a lot of love for this company. I'm super excited about this company, and I'm excited for the future. So let's get going. So today we're going to talk about 13 keys to being a massive builder. Here's what you want to write down for your notes. By the way, you want to always make sure you're taking copious notes. Remember this, you want to learn with the intent to teach. Learn with the intent to teach. Even if you may take a picture, you ingrain it in your mind much better by writing it down on a piece of paper. You learn it better. Pretend like the stuff that you're going to learn today, right after me, you're going to go into a room and train your team on this very information, and the way that you deliver this information to your team determines their success. That is a mindset that you should have when learning this. We get too comfortable these days. Oh, it's already recorded, so I won't take notes. I'll take a screenshot, so I won't take notes. I'm trying to tell you, it ain't that hard to take notes, just like it ain't that hard to be successful. But most people are always looking to take shortcuts, okay? So to being a massive builder, there's a mentor, then there's a mentor builder. There's a mentor, and then there's a mentor builder. Okay, I'm creating these ranks for my team. The company don't create them, I'm creating them. I'm going to recognize mentor builders. Write this down, a mentor builder. What is comprised of a mentor builder? What is a mentor builder comprised of? Here's what they're comprised of. A mentor builder is somebody who is doing consistently 3 sales per month and is consistently recruiting 3, whether it be consultants or ambassadors, every single month. And you've done that for 3 months in a row. That means that you've shown some consistency. That is a mentor builder. So my team, we're going to start creating, and we're going to create a plaque or trophies or medals, right? Like my son does jujitsu and he gets medals, right? There's gold, silver, bronze, right? We're going to start creating this, and we're going to recognize a mentor builder. And in this training, we're going to get into why the recognition is so incredibly important. Okay, so you've got a mentor builder. What is a mentor builder again? Somebody that's a mentor that's building. Simple, right? Now, how do we measure the build? How do we measure somebody getting the title of a mentor builder? Somebody who is, keyword, consistently selling 3 deals per month. As a mentor, you could do that. Now, if you are building a team, it is easy to close 3 sales per month. Now, check this out. Let's dissect the 3 sales per month. 3 sales per month at a, let's not talk about the average 3,500. Let's talk about 3,000. If you are closing 3 deals at 3,000 a month, you're making $9,000 per month. Ladies and gentlemen, that's $108,000 per year just in the 3 mentor sales you're doing. That's assuming you're not closing any sales. So you're making between $9,000 and $25,000 per month as a mentor builder. My question to you guys is, how many of you guys want to be, put it in the chat, how many of you guys want to be a mentor builder? Okay, not just a mentor. Listen, mentors soon are going to be a dime a dozen. Okay, I'm talking about a mentor builder. That means, oh, Ramsey, that guy's a mentor builder. That dude's consistently doing at least 3 sales per month, and he's always bringing on to the platform 3 people, whether it be 2 consultants, 1 ambassador, 3 ambassadors, 3 consultants, but they're constantly getting people to register to the business. Now, what if you had 10 people, not mentor builders, but 10 people striving towards mentor builders? Here's the deal. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. See, I got a lot of moving parts. I've got a family. I take my son to jujitsu. I train myself. I got a lot to do. I work 4 days a week. I'm trying my best to do it 4 days a week because I honor the Sabbath. That's my belief. If the Sabbath, based on the moon calendar, falls during the week, a lot of you guys know this, I don't work that day. So most weeks I work 4 days per week. 4 days per week. You could ask my assistant what time I'm done, usually during the week, by 4 o'clock. I'm in by 9, out by 4. How is that guy? And that's been the case since I started. Granted, the first 90 days, I went on an all-out massive action, and I took the Sabbath off for sure, but I worked more than 8 hours a day. But nevertheless, how can that person become the #1 mentor 2021 as a rookie in solar and again in 2022? By the way, FYI, I am currently creating an interactive video training course. It's going to be like 10 hours of how to become the #1 mentor in the company. Now that one, it's not going to be for free. It's going to be sold. The game is to be sold, not told. But all of the stuff that I train there is already in my trainings on YouTube. You could actually piece it all together, but this is all in a system, and then I come out and test you. It's a virtual interactive system. It's costing me a lot of money to put it together. Basically, I'm just trying to make my money back, but it's going to be powerful. That's going to be released January, February. I'm working on it now. Anyways, so a mentor builder. Now, why is a mentor builder key? A mentor builder is somebody who's building a team and building people. It's a mentor who is building people through his or her mentorship. And in order to build people, guess what you got to do? You got to bring people on board. So you are a builder, a team builder, but you're also a builder of people. Do you guys follow me? I'm giving you guys some massive stuff. If you guys get this, those of you guys, listen, 95% of people are not going to take the information and run with it. This is for those 5%ers. This is for those 5%ers. I've been on so many, tens of thousands of hours of training. Back in the days when there was conference calls, there was no such thing as Zoom. Tens of thousands of hours. You could ask David Smith. David Smith has been going to my trainings when I used to have another office in network marketing here in Downey, California. I would do a training for 2 to 3 hours every single Monday, live and in person, and it'd be jam-packed. I've been doing this for a long, I'm only 39, but I've been doing this for a long time, okay? I know what it takes to build a massive team. 25 frontline mentors. Listen to what I'm saying. 25 mentors in my organization that I personally recruited. 25 out of the top 5, 3 of us are on the top 5 mentors for the year for 2021. David Perez and Luis Perez. I personally recruited both of them. I'm not because I'm anything special. I recruit up. I respect these guys a lot, and I have the courage and some skill set to attract people like that. Okay. 1,200 salespeople in my organization, over 150 personal recruits since I started. Easily over 150 recruits since I started. I have some credibility when it comes to what I'm saying. This is the next evolution to the team building, is a mentor builder. So I'm going to see who are those people that really want to be a mentor builder. Okay, so let's keep it moving. So we're going to get into key number 1. Key number 1 is a leader, a mentor builder. There's mentor builder, then there's a massive builder. That's the next step up. I'm not going to get it. I'm going to get into the 13 keys of a massive builder. Obviously, they're doing everything the mentor builder is doing. This is a massive builder. This is a next step. Number 1, they consistently have a great attitude no matter what. A massive builder consistently has a positive attitude no matter what. Your attitude determines your altitude. Now, let's look at something. I've done this. Some of you guys have seen this. I was going to do this at the Mentor Factory, but we didn't get into it. If A equals 1, B equals 2, and so on and so forth, that means Z equals 26, right? Here's what it, knowledge. A lot of people want the knowledge. JC, tell me how. Here's my question. Well, this is not a question. When you add up the words of knowledge, it equals 96. Knowledge is very important. What about hard work? Hard work equals 98. So knowledge falls short of hard work. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Hard work beats knowledge when knowledge is not applied and doesn't work hard. But hard work is more important, but both fall short of 100. But check this out. Attitude. Some of you guys thinking, no way. There's no way attitude is going to equal 100. That's crazy. Attitude equals 100. Isn't that interesting? Here's my question. Is that a coincidence? I think not. I don't think it's a coincidence. Hey, listen, man, there's a reason why attitude trumps knowledge and hard work. When I got started, there were certainly hardworking people in Powur. There certainly was tons of people. Matter of fact, thousands of people that have more knowledge than me. But I had a different attitude and I had just as hard of a work ethic as anybody else. And I declared I'll be the #1 mentor within a year with this company, knowing nothing about solar. I had no idea that what an inverter was. I had no idea that an inverter existed. I didn't even know inverter was a word. Okay? I didn't even know inverter was a word. I didn't know that was a word that existed in the dictionary. But guess what? Why did that happen? Because my attitude of a champion is unwavering. I do not drown in a cup of water. You see this? This is a cup of water. You'll never see me drown in a cup of water, but I've seen plenty of people, figuratively speaking, drown in a cup of water. Oh my God, I got to install that's taking 4 months, 5 months. I got this other company that's claiming that they do 30-day installs. Listen, I've been in this long enough. I recruited people long enough that is what people say all the doggone time. They say the best case scenario all the doggone time. I got customers that tell me, JC, but this other company, they told me they're going to install me in 30 days. I say, Mr. Customer, I have no doubt that that's what the people told you. Because what they want you to do is they want you to sign that contract. Now, once you're in it 1, 2, 3 months and they haven't installed yet, you're already on contract and you're frustrated, but they made a commission. The difference with me, Mr. Customer, is that I'm not going to lie to you to get the sale. I'm going to speak to you with the truth. The average is 60 to 90 days. Our goal is 30 to 45 days. That happens often, but most often it happens after 45 days. But I'm not going to lie to you to get your business. You see that posture? Do you see that attitude? Now, all of a sudden, it doesn't matter. I make them lose credibility. Same thing with people that try to recruit me or people that try to recruit my team. So let's keep it moving. Okay. Massive builders, they know their why. Here's the bottom line. Whatever you, and this is from the book, Think and Grow Rich. Whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon. That is probably, well, I should have made that bold. And you enthusiastically act upon. It isn't just sit down and wait for things to happen. No. Vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon. That means take action. Must inevitably come to pass. But you've got to have faith. You've got to believe that it's just a matter of time. Hey, man, me being a massive builder, not just a mentor builder, but a massive builder, it's just a matter of time. Me being a 6-figure earner is just a matter of time. Okay? You need to know why. You need a why that will make you cry. Why? Because tough times are going to come in business. Not just this business, but any business. Tough times are going to come in business. And if your why is weak, so will you be weak. You need a why that when the tough time comes, you're going to get deals that cancel. You're going to get key people that join your business that are going to quit. You're going to get people that join your business you're going to be super excited about that end up quitting the business. Listen, man, when I got to tier 2, I already had a team. I had people that quit when I got to tier 2. Then when I got to tier 3 mentor in 11 weeks, I had people that helped me get to tier 3 that quit. When I became a mentor builder, but I was a builder from the beginning. When I became a mentor, I just added the mentor to the builder, right? I had people quit. When I became a massive builder, I had people quit. When I became the #1 mentor in the company, I had people quit. I'm waiting. Doesn't matter to me. Because I know, listen, if you're a part of my team or you work with me and eventually you find something that you think is a better fit for you, God bless you. I'm not going to feel bad. Matter of fact, I'm going to feel happy and I'm going to cheer you on. I'm going to hope that you found the right place. Okay? But guess what? I understand. I'm chugging along. Why? Because my whys are very clear. My whys are very, very clear. If I could get to a certain amount of money and I could dedicate myself to dedicate to my family, to my ministry, to donate money, to use my skills to preach the word of God, which is one of my desires, one of my whys, to raise my kids and spend the time with those kids, to spend time with my wife and my mom and travel with them, to sponsor kids karate and jujitsu. There's no amount of customers that could cancel on me. There is no amount of people that can quit on me that will make me stop, because my whys are bigger than their excuses, than their objections. Does that make sense? But you've got to know why. And if your why really is strong enough, you will be consistent. If you couple that with discipline and these things, that's why we're doing this. Let's keep it moving. A massive builder is system driven, not personality driven, not emotion driven, system driven. System. What does system stand for? I want you guys to type in the chat what system stands for. By the way, if you guys are getting some value already, I want you guys to drop some fire emojis, and I want you guys to text people. I want you guys to take pictures, videos, and tag me on Instagram at Mr. JC Rangel Mindset. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for much. I am a self-promoter. You should be a self-promoter. I self-promote myself like crazy. Nobody else is going to promote me. I'm going to promote myself. Okay? So a system builder, they're system driven. System driven instead of personality driven. Okay? Don't do what works, do what duplicates. Because what works doesn't always duplicate, but what duplicates always works. I taught this in the Mentor Factory. How many of you guys remember this from the Mentor Factory? I taught this in the Mentor Factory. I used the same presentation John Bernasso taught me because I saw that it worked. And I saw that he had other mentors that used the same presentation. I said, this makes sense. Because imagine if I get a new person and I send them to you, you do a presentation with a proposal, with a PowerPoint, the same PowerPoint, but then I send them to another guy, he doesn't use a proposal. Then we send them to another guy, he uses a completely different PowerPoint or a completely different system. This guy's got to come out of those first 3 sales, and he's not going to learn nearly as much as he did from following a system. How do I close so many sales? Over 100 sales per year personally. Here's how. I write this down. I master the mundane. I master the mundane. I do the same presentation for every single customer. Now I edit it for them a little bit. I add my personality. I mirror the customer, which is some of the things I'm going to teach on my training. The #1 mentor training that I'm creating. I'm going to teach you on some of these things, like you have to mirror your customer's energy. If you're a person, you have to mirror how you're sitting with them. Some of the questions to build rapport, right? Some of the closing questions, et cetera, et cetera. But nevertheless, it's the same training. So don't do what works, but do what duplicates. Because a master builder understands that here's what I mean by don't do what works, do what duplicates. What works may work for you, but in order to be a massive builder, you could be, let's say I sit down with you and I have your proposal. And I say, I do a very incredible presentation, no system, just an incredible presentation. I am very persuasive. I use my salesmanship. I use my charisma, and I get you to sign on the line that is dotted. You know what the problem with that is? The people you recruit aren't as charismatic as you, aren't as experienced as you, aren't all of those things that I just mentioned. So they're going to fall on their face because you did not give them a system to build it. Why does McDonald's sell more burgers than anybody else? Is it because they've got the best burger in the world? No, it's because they've got the best system in the world. And here's a little plug. I recommend all of you guys go watch the movie The Founder. Go watch the movie The Founder, which is based on the McDonald's system. You guys are all entrepreneurs. Don't make a mistake of thinking you're a solar sales rep. You are a solar entrepreneur. You are a solarpreneur. Go and watch the movie The Founder. You guys it'll make more sense. Here we go. A system where a dud can recruit a stud. I use the 3-minute video. Somebody posted on the link here. Here's a video that I use. SolarGoldRushVideo.com. That takes you to a YouTube video that's a 3-minute video. I use that to pique interest big time, all the time. And then I use another link, opportunity.solar. That's a presentation that I did. It's got thousands of views. Okay. A lot of you guys use it. Those are the videos that I use to recruit people like crazy. And now check this out. If I recruit a stud with that, or if I recruit a dud, but that dud sends that information to a stud, that stud may think, well, this guy that sent it to me, my nephew, he ain't that sharp. But the guy on the video is very sharp. The information on the video is very sharp. So I'm going to ask my dud nephew to introduce me to somebody who knows more than him, that has more credibility than him. Now the dud nephew introduces his stud uncle to another stud leader. The stud leader answers the question, recruits the stud uncle into the dud's nephew's team. Guess who the smart one is now? The dud. The dud now starting to become a stud. Because how can you not become a stud if you start to recruit a bunch of studs into your team? Because of what? Because of a system. But if he did it based on his own merits, it probably wouldn't have worked. Okay. Anyways, that's a little bit of the training on the recruiting side. Okay. But anyways, system driven. Let's go to the next one. Number 4, a massive builder knows how to handle rejection. You must believe in yourself and in your team and the system more than these negative people. You got to listen. The rejection is not about you. They're not rejecting you. Sometimes they might be. Most of the time, they're just rejecting what you're selling or what you're offering. Don't take it personal. Rejection is a part of the business. The best sales professionals and entrepreneurs in the world know how to handle rejection. They understand, they accept rejection is a part of it. But then guess what? Not only do they handle it emotionally well, but they also know how to overcome objections. Some of you guys, I want you guys to type some of the objections you're getting that you get, whether it be recruiting or whether you get from selling on the chat. You want to manage the expectations of your new people, and you want to let them know that not everybody's going to want to buy what they're selling. Not everybody's going to think it's a no-brainer. I let my new people know, just like I manage the expectations of my customers. Let me give you some examples. When I sit down with my customer, I manage the expectations of these customers. I say, Mr. Customer, right now it's taking an average of between 60 and 90 days. Our goal, though, is to have it done in the next 30 to 45 days. That's our goal, is to have it done in the next 30, 45 days. But on average, it's about 60 to 90 days. Okay. We will get to the permitting stage as soon as we can. But once it's in permitting, now it's beyond our hands. We're just waiting on the city. I let them know ahead of time that we are in for the next 60 to 90 days. That's what we're in for. I'm managing their expectations. I also let my new people know the first 3 people you're going to recruit, they're not going to be the first 3 people you talk to. The first 3 sales that you do, they're probably not going to be the ones that you presented to first. You're going to have to present to a couple of those people. This is going to take too much time for my real estate career, Shane said. Somebody says this is going to take. Here's one of the things that I love to reply to. Hey, listen, Shane, I'm so glad you said that. Okay. This business is actually specifically designed for people that don't have a lot of time. Here's why. Your job is not to sell. Your job being a part of the platform, you enter a lead, we contact the lead, schedule the appointment, close the sale, and you get paid. All you got to do is just enter the lead, right? Here's one thing that tends to happen, Shane. When I close 3 or 4 deals for you, you make $10,000 to $15,000 in commissions for just bird dogging. If you guys don't know what that term is, it's like a referral, right? Then those realtors tend to find a little bit more time. So rest assured, it's not going to take that much time. You know, if you make a couple $1,000 and you decide that you want to dedicate more time, that's up to you, but it doesn't take. Now, when you are overcoming objections, your posture when you're talking to these people has a lot to do with the result from them. If you make it a big deal, they make it a big deal. Now, check this out. If Shay would have asked that question, it'll take too much time for my real estate career. If I go, oh, really? Well, I just lost them. You guys see the difference? If I act like that, I just lost him. But if he says to me that it's going to take too much time for his real estate career, I say, oh, bro, I'm so glad you said that. We actually work with a ton of realtors, and that's not the case at all. Here's why. All your job is going to be is some of your customers go solar anyways. You're not the solar guy. We are your solar division. You let them know, hey, we just started a solar division. If you ever want a free solar savings report, I could connect you with our solar division. Now you connect them with us. That's it. You're done. We meet with them, right? Schedule the appointment, do the presentation, close the sale. About a week after the sale, you get paid $1,000. After the installation, you get paid the rest, which is an average of $3,000 to $4,000. Simple. But here's what's happening. Once I help you close 3-4 deals and you make $10,000 to $15,000, all of a sudden, a lot of real estate agents, they'll tend to have more money. Anthony wrote, why do I have to pay $85 per month? Great question. Well, Anthony, the reason why we pay $85 per month is because you are not applying to have a solar sales job with our company. You are actually applying to have your own nationwide solar brokerage. Okay, so there's really a couple of options. There's a couple of options when it comes to selling solar. Option number one, you could go work for a traditional company, right? Where they're going to get you to knock on doors 5 days, 6 days a week, 4 to 8 hours a day. You're going to be on commission only, and you're going to make an average of $3,000 to $4,000 per sale. That's option one. They'll charge you nothing. Nothing. They make $3,000 to $4,000 per sale. We make about $7,000 to $10,000 per sale on average. Why? Because we are a solar broker. Option two, you could work for a company. One of my buddies, Anthony, perfect example, used to work for a company where they give you leads and they'll get you to drive 1 to 3 hours to an appointment that you have to show up to. And they're not very good appointments. And if they give you the appointment and you make the sale, You'll make between $700 and $1,100 commission per sale, but you're going to put 100,000 miles on your car year one, and you're going to make $700 to $1,000 per sale. That's option 2. Option 3, you can get started with Powur, have your own solar brokerage, make double to 7 times the commissions. You have an $85 a month membership. People ask, why is it how can you guys pay so much money? The reason why, the magic is at $85 per month. We are like the Costco of the solar industry. The $85 per month make it possible for the company to pay us the biggest commissions because they make the bulk of their money off of the memberships. That's the reason why we pay $85 a month. This is not a sales job. This is your own solar business, your own solar nationwide brokerage. That's the reason we pay $85 a month. I'd rather work with a local company. Hey, fair enough. If you'd rather work with a local company, no problem. I understand that completely, but you want to ask yourself one question, Laura. Working with that local company, where are you going to be at the next 5-10 years? More than likely, Laura, you're still going to be chasing leads and appointments. We've got people that haven't even joined our company yet. The next 5 to 10 years are going to be making a multiple 6-figure income, 200,000 plus, without having to sell solar again because there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This is your own nationwide solar business. Some of your referrals, some of your customers in your local area have family members in Texas and in Florida and in California. And guess what? You're not going to be able to close them with a local solar company, but you could close them with us. Not only that, we show you how to build your own solar business. Matter of fact, the small local company that you are looking to work with, chances are that they're not with Powur yet because they don't know of Powur, because we recruit small local companies like that all the time. I got a guy that joined a local company. He didn't want to join us. A couple months later, that local company joined Powur, and he's like, wow, I ended up in Powur no matter what. Again, the posture that you come to people with has a lot to do with you recruiting them. And guess what? Some people, it's not for them. Remember, 4 aces. There are 4 aces in the deck of cards. You want to flip through those aces as soon as humanly possible. Okay, here we go. Okay, don't take it personal. Not everybody's going to think it's a no-brainer like you. Okay, number 5, build relationships with their team. You want to understand that people experiencing trips, friends, edification, recognition, a sense of purpose, they don't want to go back to their old life. That's why the Mentor Factory, the convention, not next week because I'm going to be in Miami all week next week, but the week after that, I'm taking a couple of people from my team to Top Golf, and we're going to have a strategy session. We're going to order some food. We're going to hit some golf balls. And with your key people and people that are serious about the business, you dedicate that kind of time with them and you create a family environment. And it's harder to quit on family than it is to quit on just coworkers. So you want to create that family environment. Okay, people will come for the money, but they'll stay for the recognition. Again, I mentioned the summits, conventions, regionals, all of these things. Here we go. You also want to slow down to speed up. What do I mean by that? Here's what I mean. You want to do the personal growth. These trainings that you get on, the books, the audios, but when you listen to this information, are you listening or are you multitasking? Most people are just as background noise. You're not serious about the business. There's people that have been around for 2 years and you're still in the same place. But I've been showing up. Yeah, but you haven't even been trying. You get on the training and you're multitasking while you're on the training. You're not serious about the business. That is not, imagine if Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, Michael Jordan or LeBron James, instead of basketball, they got into the solar business. Would they treat it like you? Or were they treated like Jonathan Brunasso? Or were they treated like me, or even more dedicated than we are? Of course, because guess what? Winners know how to win. Winners know how to win. And let me tell you how you don't win. You don't win by tippy-toeing around the business, by being casual about the business. Let me tell you something. If you are casual about your Powur business, you will become a casualty. Okay? If you are casual about your solar business, you will become a casualty. You want to win? Make a decision. Win. You telling me you can't set an hour aside uninterrupted, take notes and take it seriously? No, I don't believe that. Most 99% of you, I don't believe that. There's some of you guys that, yes, like Anthony, for example, his wife just gave birth. He's got to take it to the doctor. He's got a new baby. That makes sense. But he's still on here. He's asking questions. And guess what? He's successful. Anthony's making more money now than he's ever has. Success leaves clues. Let's keep it going. You want to sit with your new consultants and do a game plan interview. That's slowing down to speed up. I sign somebody up. I say, pass the certification, pass these first trainings in the teamfreedomtraining.net. Once you're done with these, I'm going to get on a 30-minute to 45-minute Zoom with you to do a game plan interview. Now we set your goals for your first sale, your first 3 sales, your first 8 sales to become a mentor. And we set goals to it. I train on this at the Mentor Factory. How I do the game plan interview. Okay, I have the sheet on a Google Docs for those of you guys that wanted to do a game plan interview with your people. That is slowing down to speed up. One well-trained associate consultant turns into 2, who turn into 4, 8, 16, 32, so on and so forth. 256. I've got 1,300 consultants in my team. Now, are they all solar ninjas? Nope. But I guarantee you a solid 100 are. And some of the ones that are not, they're becoming. Does that make sense? But I never let my foot off the gas. I'm doing the massive builder stuff, and I'm telling you what some of those things are. And here's another thing. It's so easy to make money in this business. Don't fall into the trap of making more money than you've ever made and then being uncoachable. Now, you don't show up to meetings, you don't show up to trainings because you have a blurred vision of success, because it's fairly easy to make money in the solar business. Don't fall into that because you're going to plateau. I see it all the time. I see it right now in my business. I see it right now in my business. I can predict people's calls. I can predict people's actions, especially when they start making money. Number 7, this is one of the keyest ones. You want to stay in first gear like the clutch is broken. What is first gear? Selling, recruiting. Selling and recruiting. That's first gear. Training is second gear, but training is absolutely important. But selling and recruiting, selling and recruiting, selling and recruiting. And then as you recruit these people, you train these people to do what? To sell, recruit, and the system. Sell, recruit, follow the system. Sell, recruit, follow the system. Sell, recruit, follow the system. That's all I do. I keep preaching. I'm a system builder. I keep preaching to you guys Mondays and Tuesdays. Then you got this other event. When we have the Super Saturdays, show up to the Super Saturday. Conventions show up, Mentor Factory show up, right? Follow the training that we have. The teamfreedomtraining.net, formerly known as solarheroestraining.com. The name of my team is called Team Freedom, okay? So teamfreedomtraining.net. It's open to anybody. Fast start training, how to, homeowner proposal presentation, the incredible training Luis Perez did last week on the homeowner presentation. It's on the Team Freedom training already, right? Let's keep it moving. Number 8, live and operate with integrity. That goes without saying. Live and operate with integrity, man, okay? Always treat your business like a business. Some people make a mistake. They think it's an $85 per month business. Here's a funny part. Some of you guys are paying $85 a month, and you know people in this company, friends, colleagues, whatever, that are paying $85 a month that are making crazy amounts of money. And you don't see that evidence and realize that you should pay your business more respect. You got to put some respect on your name. You got to put some respect on the Powur name. Some of you guys don't understand what I'm saying. Some of you guys don't. But that's all right. If you understand what I just said and the reference I'm making, put it in the chat that you understand. You got to put some respect on the Powur name, on your Powur business, on your solar brokerage. You got to invest. You got to invest in your business and treat it like a business. Those of you guys that went to Mentor Factory, I think that's one of the, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, one of the best investments you can make. Going to the convention, one of the best investments you can make. Going to the leadership summit, one of the best investments. That's right, Birdman. Going to the leadership convention in January, one of the best investments you can make. You got to invest in your business. Buying your flyers, buying your door hangers, right? Investing in your business. But people, they tend to be a little too tight sometimes. They don't want to invest in their business. They don't want to pay for a training, right? I have people that didn't want to go to Mentor Factory because they didn't want to pay for the training, but yet they were broken. They're struggling, trying to figure out. I'm like, do you realize that there's people that are as successful as you want to be, but yet they see the value in the training? You don't think that's a clue? Or the convention? I mean, it's crazy. Anyways, treat your business like a business. The next one, maximize. Massive builders maximize their time with the 80-20 rule. You have to understand the difference between activity and productivity. There's a lot of very, very active, busy, broke people with no results. But when you learn to be productive, like working with a to-do list, knowing what you're going to do, you should, let's say you want to make whatever amount of money you want to make. Let's talk about 6 figures and up. Let's talk about $250,000 a year. You can literally go down to the T of how many calls you've got to make based on your ratios for what it takes to make $250,000. Let's say that's 30 calls a day and this many meetings a month and this many trainings that you attend, right? This many doors that you knock a week. You could get right down to the system, right? Like, let's say you make an average of, let's say $6,000 is your average commission sale. And you know that if you knock on 100 doors, you get 1 sale. Okay, great. How many 100 doors to get $6,000 do I got to do to make $250,000 a year? Right? So what would it take? Well, let's say it was 5,000 on average per sale. Let's say, you know, because some are mentor sales, some are regular sales. Let's say it's 5,000. If I'm not mistaken, you got to do $5,000 a week to make $250,000 a year. So let's say it took you 100 doors and a couple of mentor appointments per week to make your average $5,000 a week. You know, hey man, I got to take on 3 mentor deals per week, right? Or let's say 2 mentor deals per week, and I got to knock on 100 doors a week. And then out of those 100 doors, I'm going to get some leads. So I got to do 50 follow-up calls, 100 follow-up calls per week, right? So let's say 200 follow-up calls per week, knock on 100 doors, take 2 appointments per week. If you, let's say that works out to be your ratio. I did that this month and that month, that equaled $5,000 a week average, $20,000 per month, per year. That's about $240,000 a year. Let's call it $250,000. Okay, great. I know what my numbers are. 100 doors a week, 200 follow-up calls a week, and 2 to 3 mentor appointments per week gets me to $250,000. Boom, got my game plan. You could literally know to the T what it takes to get there. But here's the deal. Most of y'all don't track your numbers. You have no idea. You go into Monday. What am I going to do this week? I'm going to talk to some people. I got to talk. What's your game plan today? Talk to more people. That's true. Talk to more people. But you want to be a pro, you need to have a better game plan than just talk to people. How many calls are you going to make today, bro? What days are you going to go prospecting, door knocking? Some of you guys are like, yeah, door knocking. What days are you going to go? Well, I'm going to go Monday. No, not today. I can't go today. I'm going to go Tuesday. Then I'm going to go Wednesday. And you don't even know. You got to know. You got to have your system in place. You got to be serious about your business. What if Powur didn't cost you $85 a month? What if it cost you $85,000 to start a Powur franchise? It'd be worth it, let me tell you. I guarantee you treat the business a little bit more seriously. Some of you guys are tricked. It's $85 a month. You think it's a little network marketing business or something. You think it's a little side business for $85 a month. That's why you don't take it that serious. And that's why you're not achieving the results that you want. Hey, man, listen, I'm here to speak the truth, whether it hurts. I'm not here to tickle your ear. Like, I'm a Christian man. I don't like those churches that they tickle your ear. They want to entertain you and make you feel warm and fuzzy. They never talk about sin. They never talk. No. That's not my thing. Talk to me about the real stuff. Don't tickle my ear. Tickling my ear, that's not going to get me good. Tell me what I need to hear, even though it's uncomfortable. Make me feel like you're talking to me when you're talking about what people are doing wrong. See, that's me. I'm not the nice guy in this company. I love you guys. I love you, man. I'd be there for you, but I'm really not the nice guy, though. And I don't mean that I'm not a bad person. That's not what I mean. I mean, I'm the hard coach. I'm the coach. If I train your martial arts, you'd win a world title. And if you weren't serious about winning a world title, I'd kick your butt out of the gym. Say, you don't belong here, man. Go to the McDojo over there. Go to the McDojo. This ain't no doggone McDojo. This is Eagle School every Monday. If you are a duck, see your way out of it through the exit. I'm going to make people uncomfortable. I'm going to call people out. Let's keep it moving. Maximize 80-20 rule. Face-to-face, closing sales and recruits. On the phone, setting appointments, 3 calls, conference calls. Back office, studying. So face-to-face, right? Or face-to-face via Zoom, presenting and recruiting. Number 1 activity, best activities you can do, right? That's for sales and recruits. On the phone, setting up appointments, 3-way calls, conference calls. That's Number 2 activity, which is also known as B activity. Studying your back office and studying and designing flyers, that's C activity. You should do that after hours. That's at 9 p.m. at night. You want to put a little bit of extra, create a new flyer, a new business card or something. You should not be doing that during business hours. The 80-20 rule is 80% of your team will do 20% of the production. 20% of your team, let's say you got a group of 10. 2 of those 10 will be the most serious. 2 of those 10, out of your group of 10, 2 of those will do 80% of the sales. The other 8 will do 20% of the sales. So let's say you got 10 people that did 10 sales. 2 of those people will be responsible for 8 of those 10 sales. The other 8, among them, 2 sales will come from those. I'm telling you, therefore, your time should be spent 80-20. 80% of my time goes to those people that show up on Thursdays when I ask. Those people tell me, JC, I'll be there, and they're there. You know how many people tell me, JC, I'm going to be there on Thursday, and you don't show up? You think I don't notice that crap? I notice. I notice. Your word. Keep your word. What did Tony Montana say? The only thing I have, Chico, is my word and my what? I don't want to say it, but you know what I'm saying. Some of you guys are going to go. Some of you guys are going to go watch Scarface today. Here we go. Let's keep it moving. And I don't break them for nobody. I'll suck, man. All right. I'll suck, man. Another Quilo, she'll love me in the morning, man. Okay, let's go. I probably butchered it, but in my mind, it sounds pretty decent, but I probably sound terrible. Let's keep it moving. Number 11, embrace a process. You want to decide what you want and set an absolute plan. Okay. Thank you, Ramsey. You want to be teachable. Entrepreneurs are creative by nature. Leave your creativity to the side for right now until you make your 6 figures. Now, I say that loosely. Yes, you're supposed to. Thank you, Victor. I think these guys they're being nice to me, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Yes, you want to be creative, but a lot of the creativity to create success has already been taught. It's already recorded. It's already on YouTube. Yes, you want to be creative to a certain degree, but don't be too creative that you fall way away from the system. BNI groups, door knocking, messaging realtors, getting ambassadors, making sure 200 people know that you are in the solar business as soon as humanly possible. Don't reinvent the wheel, okay? You want to model successful people and embracing the process. Stick to the basics. Take inventory regularly. Are your activities producing results? You want to measure them. We talked about this earlier. Number 12, you want to take control by taking responsibility. Let me give you a couple of good characteristics versus bad characteristics. Take control by taking responsibility. Your success or lack of success is because of you, not because of your mentor, not because of the company or the economy. It is because of you. It's because of me as well. My success is because of me, right? My team absolutely has something to do with it. Here's a leadership tip. Your wins, you want to praise your team. Your losses, you take it on the chin. Your wins, you praise your team. Your losses, you take on the chin. Okay? That's it. A leader takes 100% responsibility for what goes wrong, and at most 50% of what goes right. Okay? So, good characteristics. Focused versus whining and unfocused. A massive builder stays in zone 1. I'm paying attention to who's showing up to today's training at 11 a.m. So many local people, very few people show up. This is I'm kind of slapping them with a velvet glove here, okay? Remain in first gear. These other people are not in first gear. They're not selling and recruiting consistently, or at least attempting to, okay? These people don't complain. These other people, all they do is complain. These people are team players. They support the events. They support the trainings. They're consistent with them. These other people take no action or take action when it's convenient. These other people are coachable. These other people are not coachable, okay? These other people aspire to be a leader or act like a leader. These other people stay followers. These people are accountable and positive. These other people are emotional and negative. These people are productive versus distracted, self-starters versus dependent, solution-orientated versus full of excuses. I've had people come to me, JC, but it's because of this, and I can't do it because of that, and I can't this. I'm like, you've already told me what you can't do. Now, tell me what you can do. What can you do, bro? You've been over here telling me you can't do this and you can't do that. You can't go prospecting because you're sprinkling, because it's sprinkling. What is this? The days of Noah? You're gonna die going out there knocking in the rain? Is a flood gonna come? Go knock on the doggone rain, man. How you gonna pay your bills? How you gonna feed your kids? Don't let a little bit of rain stop you. I remember when I used to door knock, I was 18 years old, pouring rain, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. The few times we did in California. We got a poncho and we would knock 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day. No excuses. That's why I don't tolerate excuses, man. Okay? Solution orientated versus excuses. And then number 13, overcome challenges. We get paid based on the size of the problems that we solve. How many times have you guys heard me say that? Okay, wanting success more for others than they want it for themselves. That's one of the challenges you're going to overcome. Some people are going to want it, then they're, first sign of stress, first obstacle, they're going to want to throw in the towel. Here's how you deal with those people. You pick them up, you give them 2 chances. You pick them up, say, hey, listen, remember your why. Remember you told me it's why you're doing the business. That's why you need to do a game plan with your people so you know their whys. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, get them back on track if you can. They fall again. One more time. Here, give them a helping hand up. Connect them to, why you're having those thoughts. You don't plug into the system. When was the last time you got on training, bro? When was the last time you went to the office meeting? When was the last time you went to one of our events? You didn't go to the convention. You didn't go to the mentor factory. Maybe that's the reason why you're not being successful, bro. Blah, blah, blah. You give them 2 chances. On the 3rd chance, that's it. If you are a massive builder or a mentor builder, you got no time to be picking people up so many doggone times. You can't want it for them more than they want it for themselves. It's time to move on. Let's keep it moving. Or making things complex. Don't make things complex. It's not that complex. In the beginning, for example, new people make it complex. Here's how you sell solar. Get the interest, get the bill, get the appointment. Don't make it that much more complex. Even I made it complex when I was young. Get the interest, get the bill, get the appointment. Associated with negative people in or outside of the industry. Listen, if you ever get somebody, some of you guys have got calls from people, from an individual calling you, talking about me. When you identify negative people, it's like a rotten apple. You got 12 good apples. See what happens if you put one rotten apple with those 12. They all go bad. Same thing with your life. Do not associate with negative people. Remove negative people. Disassociate with them. Surround yourself with winners. Imagine you getting this. By the way, you know how many hours of trainings we've got that I've done and that other mentors have done that are already on the YouTube channel, that are on the Team Freedom training? How much are you at least dedicating 30 minutes to an hour every single day to your personal growth? And if you do that personal growth, trust me, you're going to start taking some actions. I recommend everybody watch a video, a podcast episode I did about 5 weeks ago on what I would do if I had never made $100,000 a year for the first time, what I would do, knowing what I know now, what would I do to make $100,000 for the first time? I recommend that you guys watch that video. And if you're not following the Driven Not Given podcast, go on YouTube, Spotify. And if you have Apple, here's a favor. Go leave a 5-star review and comment on Apple Podcasts. I greatly appreciate that. And if you don't have Apple, go on YouTube and follow me. But you should follow me on YouTube anyways. But that one right there relates a lot to what we talked about today. I just realized right now. And then the 4 mental enemies you're going to overcome. Rejection, deception, apathy, and attrition. I'm not going to get into that because I got to start the office meeting here. See, we go from one meeting to the next. You know why? 5 M's. Who could tell me what 5 M's mean? Right now in the chat. Who's the first one that's going to tell me what the 5 M's mean? Let's go. Appreciate that, Justin. Justin's a student of the game. That's why he's being successful. He's constantly closing deals, constantly building a business. What do 5 M's mean? Let's see. Let me look at the chat before we close this thing up. More meetings mean more money. That's right. I know that I got a lot of people on my team. Most of you guys are on my team. You're getting trained. Some of you guys are going to get inspired to go make another sale, to go recruit. Your expiration date got extended. Some of you guys were thinking of quitting this week. Because of this training, I just bought you an extra 6 months, which is 6 months to get more sales, to get more things done that help you from eventually not having an expiration date, right? And I'm going to go into another meeting. Then I got a meeting with a homeowner at 1 o'clock. And then I leave to Miami for a week tomorrow. But I'm going to be building. Those of you guys in Miami, I'm going to be speaking at the Elite Entrepreneur Summit in Miami this weekend, okay? If you guys are near Miami, come through, okay? Follow me on social media and you'll see I put a link to the tickets. It's going to be an amazing 2-day entrepreneur conference of trainings from all kinds of experts. It's going to be amazing. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. If you guys like the information here that we'll share with you today, show me some love. This video is going to be uploaded here shortly, and I'm going to unmute everybody and we're going to close this out.